What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Cjthecheesedj here, and we're back with another A to Z of Arc for you guys today. And today, guys, we're talking about the DOEDICURUS. Now, the DOEDICURUS is definitely a dino that you need in your life, just hands down. These guys are I'm going to say they're the kings of gathering stone. They're one of the best dinos you can get for gathering stone. They reduced the weight of stone in their inventory by 75%. They gather stone crazily good. They're relatively easy to tame because you can outrun them very easily. You just have to pace and time your shots carefully if you're using a crossbow, because if you're using a crossbow, you can actually deal too much damage to them. They will go into their shell and they will actually neglect some of the damage that you deal to them. It is still possible to tame them up while they're in their shell form. You'll just need a lot more trank arrows. Because you'll be dealing reduced damage, their torpor won't be going up as much. It is still possible to knock them out once they're in that ball form. I have done it myself, but you kind of want to avoid getting into that situation. But simply start shooting at it and you can actually just walk backwards and kite it. Now, make sure there's nothing aggressive in the area, otherwise they'll obviously aggro on your DOEDICURUS and try to eat it. Also, make sure you don't walk yourself into a corner like we have so foolishly done here. We're just going to sit here and tank it because we're in creative mode. And you'll see here that this guy, they don't have too high torpor, but it will still take a bit of time to knock them out. But like I said, you can simply just kite them backwards. Literally, you don't even need to sprint. You can just walk and you'll be fine. So just keep tranking them until they get knocked out. This one here's a 95, so it shouldn't take too much longer. You can see that it's already running away, and because they start running away, you can easily keep pace with them. You really don't need to like build a trap for these guys. You can use an RG to carry them wherever you want to tame them to, because these guys are pickable up by the RGs, and just like that, this guy's asleep. Now, in order to tame them, you need some regular kibble. If you don't have regular kibble, you can use Mejo berries. Mejo berries are an option. I would try and use kibble if you can, though. But if you're only like taming up like a low level one, you definitely probably wouldn't even bother with the kibble. I'd only really use the kibble if you're trying to tame up a high level one, because that will enable you to get maximum taming effectiveness, which is obviously what you want in a high level DOEDICURUS, because that means you'll get stronger weight, stronger melee damage, more health, more stamina and whatnot. Now, once you've tamed these guys up, this guy's taking his sweet time. Once you've tamed them up, their saddle requirement is relatively low, level 34. You need 5 metal ingots, 15 stone, 200 hide, 110 fiber. These guys are found on all maps, so you're not going to have a problem finding these guys, that's for sure. And you can see there he's just eating his first kibble. So we're automatically going to tame this guy, speed up the video a little bit for you guys, grab the saddle out for him as well. Boom, bada boom, bam, bam, done. Now, like I said earlier, they reduce the weight of stone in their inventory by 75%. So these guys are one of the best dinos for gathering stone and sand on Scorched Earth, or even on the other maps if you're using them on like Valgira and stuff like that. You can see there, these guys gather so much stone, it's nuts. They also, like I said, reduce the weight by 75%. So a stack of 100 weighs 12.5 in their inventory. In ours, it weighs 50. So there's a huge difference there. You definitely want to invest in these guys. If you do get one, you want to pump everything into melee damage, because that will increase the amount of stone it's able to gather. You might want to put a couple of points into stamina as well, if you're finding that they are lacking a bit of stamina when they're swinging their tails. But other than that, you're pretty much going to be set. Now, you probably just saw it there. They also have a secondary ability where we're actually able to do a roll. So if you want to get away from anything or anything like that, or just, you know, cruise around in style, you can curl up into a ball and roll around. How your survivor survives that, I have no idea. You literally crawl into the anus of the DOEDICURUS to survive that stuff. Like, your legs are just straight up sticking out. Don't ask how it happens. It's just a marvel of nature. So you can use that ability. But my personal favorite of the DOEDICURUS is taking these guys in water. Why, you might ask? Well, these guys are little motorboats. We're going to drop all this stone. We're going to pump a bit of movement speed into our dude. And we're going to make our way for a nice leisurely swim. Now, these guys are actually faster in water than they are on land. So you pump a couple of points into movement speed on these guys and you'll easily be able to turbo your way around any of the waterways. As well as that, you can actually swing while moving underwater, which makes farming stone underwater a hell of a lot easier and faster. And because generally when you're swimming through the rivers and stuff like that, they are crowded with tons of those little rocks. So you can definitely, like, look how much stone we've just gathered in like 10, 15 seconds. You can definitely gather a crap ton of stone by surfing through the waterways, and I would definitely recommend it with your DOEDICURUS because, like, it's nuts. River stones generally give a lot more stone than normal rocks, and there's normally a lot more of them in the ocean or the waterways. So make sure you invest in that. Now, another added bonus of the DOEDICURUS is that he actually gathers autonomously. So if you stick this guy onto Wander, enable wandering, he'll actually walk around and harvest rocks himself. Come on, mate. Get a move on. Let's go. Get your little butt into gear. Okay, maybe we'll bring him over to some rocks. He doesn't like to work sometimes. And boom. Start your gathering. So he's on wandering, and if he comes near proximity of the rocks, he will harvest them. It's just deciding which rock to actually harvest. You've got literally 6 around you, mate. Can you pick a rock to harvest? There we go. Finally harvested a rock. So these guys will harvest up until half their weight. So make sure that you constantly empty their inventories and whatnot. Otherwise, you'll find that they'll stop harvesting as much. But they can do it fine by themselves. You don't need to ride them. Just like I said, it's only going to be up to 50% of their weight. So you can alternatively pump their weight up, but it is a bit of a waste because you are able to do it a lot quicker and a lot faster with pumping up of the melee damage and the waterway ability. Now, another thing as well, if they take a certain amount of damage, they will curl into a ball, taking reduced damage from all sources. Makes them a little bit easier to keep safe. I do remember back in the days when these guys first dropped, they were actually used to soak turrets because they just took so little damage from all sources when they curled into a ball, and they would just heal over veggie cakes. It was nuts. It was so good. But nonetheless, guys, that's going to pretty much wrap up the video for today. You will find these guys in mountainous areas of the maps. You can also find them occasionally in the redwood biomes, but you will find them more so along mountaintops and cliff faces and stuff like that. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video today. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe down below for more, but other than that, I will catch you in the next one.